Hello everyone, welcome to my new interview and wonderful morning, wonderful afternoon and wonderful evening. Today we have the very honorable and exclusive interview with an extraordinary individual who play a pivotal role in shaping the future of space exploration. Today, we have the privilege of speaking with someone who is the heart of innovation, discovery, and progress as they work diligently at the NASA Space Center. It's an honor to have you here, and we're excited to delve into your remarkable journey, your insights into space exploration, and the incredible contributions you make to expanding our understanding of the universe. Hello, sir.
Hi, please. My name is Gabe. This is what my friends call me. This is what I ask everybody to call me. I know you have this age thing where you want to say sir or mister, but I really just like everybody to call me by my name.
Okay, so I called you your name.
Yes, please.
Okay. So my first question: can you describe your role and responsibilities as a part of the NASA Space Center team?
Yeah, so my job, I'm a civil structural type of engineer. So at Kennedy Space Center, I wasn't involved in building the rockets or going up in the ships, which I would love to do, but more involved in roads and bridges, what we call the infrastructure. Like any city, any little Kennedy Space Center is like a little city. So the roads have to be maintained, the buildings have to be maintained, all those kinds of things. So there's different people in different positions. I was kind of responsible for roads, bridges, elevators, a lot of the mechanical systems that function within the buildings, air conditioning systems. If there was an air conditioning system that broke down, they might say, Gabe, find out what's wrong with this air conditioning system. So you go over there, you talk with the mechanical engineers, you decide what's wrong. Then they want to know how do we fix it and how much does it cost? So that was kind of what I did when I was on Kennedy Space Center.
Okay. So my second question: what inspired you to pursue a career in space exploration and join NASA?
So I love the beach. I always talk about how much I love the beach and how much I love sports. So it was actually on the beach in Cocoa Beach, Florida, and we saw a shuttle launch. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. What is that? So I talked to some of my friends. Yeah, that's Kennedy Space Center for NASA. I was in the Air Force at the time, and I thought, wow, when I get out of the Air Force, I'm going to try to get a job there because it looks fascinating. So when I got out of the Air Force, I applied and I had found a position. It was really helpful. I had some friends working there. They helped me get the position. So that's kind of how I got there.
Wonderful. So, could you share a particularly exciting or memorable moment you have experienced while working on projects at NASA?
Yeah, so I always tell everybody I'm asked a lot about what it's like to be at Kennedy Space Center. And I always tell them it's amazing. It's the most amazing thing you could ever imagine to me. So a lot of times when you're going around Kennedy Space Center, every building, every wall, everywhere you look, there's pictures of space, of astronomy, of the stars. So your mind is always going to these magical places. Every shuttle launch. Nothing like I talk like when you see about hours away, you really can't see it. Much power. When it goes to it's very, very heavy. That's what's called 3 million kilos, which means if you go up, you have to down with 3 million kilos. So they start the engines, and just if you get on a plane stops, they build up the engines, then they take horizontally. It's the thing vertically. And it's launch pad building kilometers away. Can't see it hear it, but all of a sudden you feel it. Slowly standing there watching all the cars trying to break. Horns are high, sirens are going, it's shaking. It's a big and it's gone. Mind games. Watching it, don't hear anything. Getting further and further away, you still don't hear anything. All of a sudden, far away, you hear this goes so fast, leaves the sound behind. To me, there's nothing like, especially at night, which is a little.
Okay, yeah. So my next question, um, how does your work contribute to advancing space technology and exploration?
Well, as a civil structural systems engineer, I'm dealing with bridges, roads, and infrastructure. So what I do really doesn't advance, space technology, but what I do helps others who do advance space technology. If people are in a building and the building is not functioning, if they're in an area where they don't have good computer hookup, all of those things are critical based on the infrastructure. So if the infrastructure isn't working well, nothing else works well. They can't launch buildings. They can't launch rockets if the ship they're building them in isn't functional. So I don't directly advance it, but indirectly I do help others who do advance it.
Okay, wonderful answer. And my next question, what are some of current projects or missions you are involved in at NASA?
So again, most of my stuff in NASA dealt with roads and bridges and air conditioning systems. So you have to think Florida is a peninsula, which means it's surrounded by water on three sides. So a lot of space hardware comes in by train or by truck, and it has to go over water to get there. So the trains or the roads go over a bridge. So if it isn't functioning, this hardware cannot get to the space. Can't have a launch. The bridge isn't working. So it isn't working. What's wrong with it? I go out to the bridge, center. We try to what's wrong with the thing? How do we fix it? And then how much does it cost? So a lot of the things are really because I get to see many different things. I get to go all the cool buildings, roofs too. I get up on top of some of these huge, and then you can see for many kilometers outside because you're really high. So I think everything that I do involves, to me, keeping the infrastructure good, so the people who do launch ships, and also so the flight hardware can get to the space center. It's very important. So we are all like a team. Everybody does something individually, and collectively, the ships get launched, missions happen. But it's always about team to me, as with everything in life. Right now, me and you are a team, right? You're asking me questions, I'm answering you. Without you, I can't do anything. Without me, you can't do anything. So we're a team, and equal, always equal to me.
Okay, so my next question, can you elaborate on the collaborative efforts required when working on space missions with other teams or international partners?
Well, again, for me, I don't really get involved with that aspect of it, but I do know from watching others do it. It's like very important. Anytime you do something, you never do it on your own. So the objective is to me to always get everybody involved, everybody to understand the final objective and their role. So the more that we help each other out in the process, the more we learn from each other and the better the end product is. It's always about, I love sports. I love sports because sports teach us so much. They teach us how to get along. They teach us how to depend on others. They teach us not to put ourselves first, but the end objective or the team first. So to me, everything I do, and including right now, speaking with you, again, we're a team, we're equal. And if we try to apply that to everything we do, everybody has a role. Nobody is more important. Everybody has their role. When everybody does their role correctly, everyone is successful. All are equal in my eyes.
Okay, so how do you stay up to date with the latest advancements and discoveries in the field of space science and technology?
So for me, I was at Kennedy Space Center as a civil structural type of engineer for 17 years. I started doing speaking totally by accident. But all of a sudden, I started doing more and more speaking and more international speaking. So much so that I didn't have time to both work and speak. So I decided, okay, I had saved up some money. When I do speaking, I don't charge any money. I pay my own airfare. I just ask for schools to support with a place to stay, a schedule, and transportation. So I do all of that on my own. But one of the things I do now as a volunteer, so I don't work out there anymore, but I volunteer to go out there and support missions. So anytime there's a launch, internationally, people to see these very special nationals and way around, and they really don't know what to be. So on national, so that next week, say, Gabe, when you come out here, I might ride a bus, 70 people. I explain to them about the mission, what's going on, and talk a little bit about the Space Center. So in doing that, I stay current and I learn about the mission. So it's always fun for me to share with people who've never seen it before, because the first time there's nothing like it. And the second and third, it's still magical, but the first is really, really. So that's kind of how I stay current as much as I possibly can.
Okay, so very nice. What challenges do you often encounter in your work, and how do you overcome them?
I talk to people all the time about challenges. Every day we have a challenge in life. The challenge is not to do something, is to enjoy doing it. I don't care what you do. I talk about three things a lot. I talk about how I hated school and I did terrible in school. I flunked a lot of things. So I had to overcome those challenges. But I always talk about, you're always told to be successful, you must work hard. No matter what it is, you have to work hard to be successful. And if you're not successful, it's your fault to be hard. You can be successful and it. Three big things. Invest and believe in you. Do those three, you won't have work, no stress, no rush. And this is how each day after day out, I'm going to have fun. I don't care what happens. I'm going to have fun and enjoy it. And the challenge is when things don't go as expected, and they never do, to maintain having fun and overcome the challenges. And when you do that, you build your confidence. So with those three things, believing in yourself, this is the most challenging. Very few people have it. I don't care how much success they have, how much money they have, they just don't have that belief in themselves. That's why they have stress. That's why they have pressure. It comes from within. If you can learn to develop that belief in yourself, you will never have stress. You'll never have pressure. You just think you can do it. And you always have fun. And you also realize through the course of trying to do things, things don't go as expected. And when they don't go as expected, you learn so much. So to me, it's all about enjoying the day, being positive, and having fun with everything. And if something comes up and you think, wow, this is really something tough or challenging, you say to yourself, could be worse. And it becomes easy. So this is my goal, and this is what I try to do every day. Enjoy everything I do and have fun with everything. I want you to know you can be very successful and have fun doing it. You don't need stress in your life. You don't need pressure in your life. You just develop that belief in yourself to the point you say to yourself, I can do anything. And when you believe that, you just go do it. You don't have stress. I can do anything. That's the challenge we face, all of us, every day.
Okay, amazing. Uh, okay, so in what ways does your work at NASA impact our understanding of the universe and the potential for future space exploration?
So again, what I do as an engineer, civil structural type of engineer, doesn't directly affect those things. We all have a role, uh, and on you have to think just like the city you live in. In the city you live in, Kennedy Space Center is just like a city. There's cooks, there's carpenters and mechanics. everybody has a role, and the ultimate role collectively is to advance space exploration. But what we do, and most of us, very few people get to go to space. Very few people get to go build rockets. I'd love to do that. I race cars. I have a lot of fun. I like speed. I'd love to go on a rocket. Every day when I went to weekend, our role is okay. Hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Your voice is not clearly.
Yeah, I don't know why. This sometimes with these views or with the internet connections, they keep dropping off and coming back on. So we'll just make the best of it. If you don't hear me, it's because something is wrong with the connection, and hopefully it will come back. I don't know if you heard what I said with your last question. Did you hear the answer?
Okay, so could you provide insights into the qualities and skills that are crucial for a successful career in the field of space research and technology, especially at an esteemed institutions like NASA?
Well, I think everything is the same. It doesn't matter what you choose in life. You have to approach it the same way. How well can I do this? How much fun can I have doing this? It's all about enjoying life to me. It doesn't matter whether you're an astronaut going to space or you're cutting the grass. Either way, you want to approach it the same way and always have the objective to do your best. When I talk about those three things, do your best. That's pretty easy. Challenge yourself to do your best. It doesn't matter what happens. Feel good about your effort. If it's not what you want, it's okay. Do it again. You will get better. Every time you do your best and you do it again, you get better because every time you learn something, which helps you to get better. Enjoy everything you do. This is a little more challenging. I tell a story of being at a university and a girl saying to me, I have to take this course. I hate this course. How am I supposed to enjoy it? And I said to her, it's a step. It's a step taking you where you want to go. It's a positive part of your process. Don't think it as a negative. So few. The first thing you have to write it down. This is my yourself. Take plan very steps. Every time you complete a step, will give you confidence and yourself. And you build that very slowly. Don't be in a hurry. You build slowly in little steps, always little steps, one day until you build and you build. You build. You say to yourself,
Hello, hello.
are you there? Are you there? Hello? Hello?
Hello, are you hearing me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So I was talking about those three things. I don't know what you heard here before we lost connection.
Okay, so lastly, looking back at your journey so far, what would you say has been the most rewarding aspect of your work at NASA Space Center?
I take each day as an adventure, and, and each day is a challenge for me. See how well I can do it, see how much fun I can do it. So every day to me is an independent challenge to enjoy the day. So it doesn't matter what I do. I'm coming to Pakistan. I'm going around the world. Wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, I do one day at a time. And the challenge is always to enjoy it. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I do. It only matters that I enjoyed what I did and I did my best. So there is no one significant thing for me. Each day is a challenge. Each day has its own rewards when you approach it the right way. And the challenge is not to do something. The challenge is to enjoy it all equally. This is the challenge. People say to me, I've been to the country. Oh, what country matter? It's going to be anything else on what good I can do every day, everywhere I go. So for me, it is an adventure. Every day is a challenge. Every day is a rewarding day. I play a lot of sports. I'm doing well. I swim. I go to the gym. I challenge myself every time. How well can I do this? And can I do it better than last time? So when you've done your best at something, it's really, really challenging to better it. One thing I do, I swim a lot. I go to the gym a lot. So the cardio, I do a rowing machine. I do 1,000 meters. My challenge is how fast can I do this? And can I beat my fastest time? So when you've done your best at something, it's very challenging to do better. So I may be on this rowing machine for 3 or 4 months trying to better the last time. And when I do, it lasts like 2 seconds. And then I want to better it again. So it's always about the challenge of overcoming everything in life with a smile and having fun. This is always my objective. And every day is rewarding to me equally. It doesn't matter what I do, it doesn't matter what I overcome. I work on cars. I have a lot of challenges working on cars, trying to fix things I really don't know how to do. A lot of it is learn as you go. But it's all about feeling good about your effort, feeling good about yourself. It's so important. How can you expect others to feel good about you if you don't feel good about yourself? When you feel good about yourself, you project that. You stand up taller, you smile more, people look at you, that's a confident person. They trust you, they listen to you. So it's always about everything comes within, and especially for girls. Girls are very often self critical. You look at each other, it's around the world, it's everywhere in the world is the same. You don't look for positives in yourselves. Most of you look for negatives in yourselves. And you shouldn't do that. You should look for positives in yourself. It's very, everybody should. But many girls struggle around the world. It's really sad to me that there's so much negativism directed towards yourself by yourself. So you want to think, I look pretty smart. I have pretty eyes. Flick your hair. I got this, Feel good about yourself. This is
Okay,
so
Okay, Gab. So thank you so much for sharing your invaluable insights and experiences with us today. Your dedication and passion for pushing the boundaries of human knowledge in the realm of space exploration are truly inspiring. As we conclude the interview, we extend our heartfelt NASA Space Center and the remarkable endeavors that you and your team undertake. So thank you once again for being a guiding star in the cosmos of innovations. Thank you so much.
So I'd like to say to you, you're welcome. It is my pleasure, my honor. It was a pleasure to be with you today and to share the day. You're very fun to talk with. I can see in your eyes, and I can't see your face, but I can see and feel you smiling, and I know that's a good thing. I just want to say one thing to everybody who's listening. I've been getting a lot of friend requests on Facebook. I'm almost at 5,000 friend requests, so I can't accept, but you can still follow me and you can still private message me. So if you follow me, I will follow you back if I can. And you can always private message me. But if you send me a friend request and I don't accept it, it's because I've almost maxed out and I can't accept anymore.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're very welcome. My pleasure. Now, hopefully, I'm going to come to your school. I'm going to be in Pakistan the end of October.
Okay, wow,
And
amazing.
yeah, I'm really hoping to come there and meet all of you in person.
Okay, thank you so much for coming our school.
You're very welcome. To everybody, have a wonderful evening. It's morning here. I know it's evening there, so have a good evening and a good night. And hopefully, I'll get to see you in October.
Okay, bye.